I'm actually a pretty big fan of the project, but unfortunately, I might have sold a bit early. I think I sold all of mine at 12 million.
Damn.
Brutal, brutal.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Didn't buy in
Yeah, I bought in at.
when.
So here's the story of it. Basically, we look at every single project that comes out, or at least we try to, right when it comes out, and we do research and stuff. And one of our guys in chat is a developer, and usually we send him a GitHub or we send him a project, and we tell him try this out. And most of the time, he's like pointing out all the issues with it. He's saying this is LARP. This is it's kind of like bad code, but he tested it out. And this is a really good dev that like we respect and stuff. So he tested it out and he was like, "Oh, this is like really cool." And he started using it. And then we saw on day one or maybe day two or something, you guys already had 150 signups and like active users.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It was crazy. Like even today, it just keeps going up. It's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, so how many users are you at now?
I haven't checked for the last 2 days. I think last tweet went out. What was it? 1400 or something. I don't remember. But I checked the number of executions today. So executions are basically the number of times an agent has run. So it was at 36,000. So after 2 weeks, it's almost 2 weeks now, or maybe exactly 2 weeks. Around 35,000 executions have happened. So I mean, I think that's a massive number. So that means that users are creating agents, but not just like test agents. They actually have some utility. They are invoked over and over.
Cool. So did you work in AI before this? I'm assuming, right? What was your
Yeah,
experience
yeah.
beforehand?
So I've been a developer for a long time, but last 12 months I've been working for a company that builds AI agents and AI infra for enterprises.
Wow.
So like massive banks in the US. So this company was US based. And all the experience I have right now is basically from that.
What's an example of a utility that you were building for enterprises? I'm curious.
Uh, a lot of it was invoice reconciliation, like managing the books, basically. Um, yeah, a lot of like bookworking, taxes, verifying that the numbers match up. Like all these big companies have so many vendors, right? And they bill these big companies. You have to make sure that they don't bill you too much or that there's no mistakes. And these AI agents go and compare the data that's in the invoice PDFs, compares that to their bank statements and stuff like that. So it's a lot of visual stuff actually.
So wait, does it basically is the idea to take data and just make people's life easier so they don't have to stare at
Oh, yeah.
spreadsheets all day?
Absolutely. So exactly what happens is like there's like a folder where all the incoming PDFs get dropped in. And previously humans would have to like pull it up, open the PDF, and line by line just compare that to the statements and everything. Literally just like it's such a boring work. I don't even know how they do it, but someone had to do it before. Now it's all AI, and there's also like verifiability built in, so that there's like the second layer where you ensure that everything is actually correct. So humans in those jobs most likely got like removed, or at least like significantly reduced in numbers.
Yeah, cool. So how does this translate in your opinion to SNAI? How did you transition into making an actual coin on Solana? Were you
Yeah.
in crypto? Like, what's the story behind
No.
that?
No. So I was not in crypto at all. But like I had this idea that serverless is the way to go for AI agents because from what I saw in the enterprise, most of the use cases are like event based. So the agent does not have to be running all the time. You can just like run it and then maybe for 5 minutes it does nothing. So I was like, why are you supposed to pay server costs during those 5 minutes when the agent does nothing and it's just waiting for the next instruction? Um, so I thought that would be an interesting thing to do. And then I saw that like Arc, they used they launched the token, right? and they exploded in popularity. And I thought it would be a cool way to fund the startup, and also, but I mean, it exceeded my expectations because this is not just like a way to fund the startup; it's also to get a lot of advice and help. Like our Discord is insane.
Wow.
Like you will look at a user and they have like a funny profile picture, and you would think like they know nothing, but the depth and experience that I've seen is like, yeah, a lot of anons are actually pros in their like respective professions. So it's been
Absolutely.
incredible.
So are you is this product open source?
The core infra itself is not open source. Like everything that lets you host agents in the cloud and orchestrate is not open source. That's proprietary. But the clients that like the client is like a piece of software that enables you to run these agents or create them or just control them. These are open source, and we have a Python SDK. Someone just made a Rust SDK. I have to review that PR. There's a TypeScript one coming, I think, to this weekend for sure. So again, that's just from the community. I just built the Python one, and then all these ones keep coming in.
Cool, cool. And so I think one of the things that's cool is you're getting help. You're also getting probably a lot more attention than you would have if you had just
Oh
quietly
yeah.
launched a lot more
Oh yeah.
users. Um,
Like before this, I was trying to build this in public. Like all these guys build their startups in public on Twitter, but now when I look at their tweets, they get like 100 views and two comments, two replies, and it does not move the needle, right? It's not
wow.
enough. So
Yeah.
now when I send a tweet, it gets like, I don't know, 40,000 views, 50,000 views. I understand that like the vast majority of the impressions are just people who care about their bags. But even so, like when they retweet, someone who's a developer notices the tweet. So that's why we have so many signups and agents, right? I
Yeah.
have not paid a single cent in advertising. It's been all organic.
Yeah. No, that's super cool. Um, So yeah, no, you almost have this vision where it's like you could be a founder that's a public figure and people rally around you, right? That's like the most
Yeah.
successful business people are able to do that. And crypto is like it's a way easier way to accomplish that. It seems like right? 'Cause people are like
Yeah.
so invested. That's super cool. So, what is the number one utility of an agent that people are using? Because you said people are using agents on SNAI.
Well, the thing is, like right now, I cannot even know that because I cannot look into user data, right? Everything is encrypted. So the scripts, the secrets, everything is encrypted. So I cannot tell you who is running what. I can only
Oh,
look at the numbers, like how many times these agents get executed, and how long each execution takes, these kind of things. And yeah, 35,000 executions in 2 weeks. It's a big number.
wow. Okay, so you have no idea what people are using it for. So do you think people are using them for crypto AI? Are people using crypto AI things?
Um, Honestly, I don't know. The only way to know is to interview the users, and at this point, I haven't even had enough time to get to that because we're building so actively. Every single day, there's so much happening. Um, and yesterday, we also launched a new feature. So whenever like we get out of this active shipping I don't know, episode, then I can go and interview the customers and maybe get a better idea of what they do and like the features they want and stuff. But this is a good problem to have, like so much work and so much progress, not enough time to talk to the actual users. That's a good problem to have.
Yeah, yeah, okay. So where do you think the crypto token itself integrates?
Yeah.
You're low key like you really are on, in my opinion, the forefront or the frontier of something that's going to be a big trend this year. More AI people like you doing this. I'm curious where you think, because I know where the incentives lie for you. How do you see
Yeah.
it evolving over the course of months where the token, how is the token going to
Yeah.
integrate with the project, with the
That's
community?
a good question.
Yeah.
So I've been thinking about that since we launched, and I've met quite a few experienced Web3 people. And so yesterday we launched bounties. Like bounties are like a user who cannot code. but they want to have some kind of an agent, let's say some agent that analyzes salt scan, some wallets, whatever. They post a bounty and they have to pay in SNAI, and the developer who builds that agent for them will receive that bounty in SNAI. Obviously, the Swarm node will take a cut. Right now, that is 10%.
So is the bounty posted on SNAI itself? Like how is it?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
a bounty for SNAI or it's a bounty for anything?
Uh, so the amount of money is paid in SNAI. Like when you make that post, you're not saying that I will pay $100 and you build this agent. You're saying I will pay like 1,000 SNAI. So the payment has to happen in SNAI, basically,
Got it.
right?
Can you give me an example
And
of a bounty though? Can you give me like just an example of
yeah. Like
yeah.
even if you go right now on the website, I posted two that I will personally award the if someone builds that. Actually, someone has already built one of them. But one was Twitter sentiment monitor, where you give certain usernames to the agent, and it continuously takes snapshots of this crypto Twitter sentiment and lets you compare, like how it changed over, let's say, 12 hours or so. So you can say that the sentiment shifted from whatever discussion was 12 hours ago to whatever it is now. That's one project that I posted. So if someone builds that, they will get 10,000 SNAI. And then there's another one about, I think, salt scan. It's about wallets, and I think it's about top n number of holders of a particular token, analyzing their wallets. So like what else they hold, whether they hold it for a short time to flip or a long time. So that agent would enable to kind of guess what are the top holders' behaviors of a token. And again, the bounty is 10,000 SNAI. I don't know if it's not enough or too much. I think I will adjust the bounty amount itself, but the concept remains the same. Yeah, like and also I didn't mention, so whatever profit we take from those bounties, half of that gets burned. So 10% cut is what Swarm node receives, and then half of that will get burned.
Cool. And I think that so is the main thing that you guys have is a platform for people to host their agents without having to make a server. So you guys have
Yeah.
the server. Okay, what kind of data are you? So you're not like taking data from the user, but like, wouldn't you benefit from, uh, like actually being able to own the agents that people are making? Like, how does that? How do you square those things?
Um, Yeah, so again, that's a great question because that's the direction we're moving in towards right now. We're building templates, so agent templates. These will be public agents that everyone can go and just reuse. So when you sign up on the platform, you don't have to start coding from scratch. Like some of the simpler agents will be in the templates. And I think ideally what we would do is that we would enable developers to monetize their templates. Imagine you build a cool agent and you make it a public template, not public, but like you publish that, and then others who use have to pay you. Like I think right now the feature is being built. The monetary incentives have to be figured out still, but the feature is coming.
Wow. Okay. And it seems like I feel like you should figure out how to get this data specifically, but it feels to me, and I would guess that most of the agents are crypto related, which
I
probably
would
is a
assume
good
so
thing.
because
Yeah.
all the attention has been from crypto. So yeah, that would be my guess.
But it feels like that's a good thing because the agents for crypto have so much, in my opinion, more upside of like people will make an agent that can make them money. So the
Yeah.
incentive for the bounty, it's like it's almost the bounty's going to be higher if it's a
Oh
bounty
yeah.
for an agent that, let's say, like it's a certain bot that trades a certain way. You could
Yeah.
probably put a higher bounty on that than
Yeah.
another type of one, in my opinion.
Absolutely. So yeah, I think although fundamentally we are like an infra provider, and we are, but uh, in the templates, I think we will build some cool agents. Like we will provide some for users to play around with, and yeah, I think crypto agents are the most interesting right now anyway. So probably that's the direction we're gonna pursue.
Cool. have you received lots of VC interest like
Yeah,
after?
a few have reached out. I mean, at this point, I don't even know if that's a good idea, because if crypto enables you to fund your own project, why would you give up, you know, uh, control? So I don't know, but yeah, there's a big interest.
Fascinating. Okay. Um, what do you think? So, do you have a lot of AI friends that are like trying to get into this now?
Now, yeah, but like it's I don't know if it's early or late. It's so difficult to tell because I have not been in crypto for a long time. I just know the tech stuff, the AI side of the whole thing. But they want to be part of the team for sure. Yeah, so our team is expanding, and I just posted new like two job postings today. So we'll see how that goes.
Wow. Wow. Okay, so you're hiring.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah. Do you have
There's just
plans?
way too much to do. Way too much.
Wow. Okay. What's like the most imminent thing that you have to do right now?
So as I said, working on the templates, but also I
Of
would
course.
like to potentially offer a way to host custom models. So right now, when you build an agent, you have to make API calls to either Anthropic or OpenAI or some of these big LLM providers. But if you want to use some custom like pre-trained um, models, fine-tuned models, then yeah. So that would be a cool feature to have, and that's a lot of work. That's a lot of infra work, and yeah. So one man cannot do that. So expanding.
Interesting. Well, I'm curious like what you think about the crypto space because
It's very cool. I mean, so one thing, I don't know how to pronounce his name, Tetsuo maybe. I want to shout him out
uh,
because the first day I came onto the scene, he also checked out the repo, and he kind of vouched for the uh, I mean, because a lot of people were questioning, is this real? Is this fake? Whatever. So he helped out a lot. I appreciate that a lot. And after that, I've seen so many cool projects launched. Yeah, it's just incredible. I think crypto enables creativity because you're not dependent on some like salary or whatever. You can just go and build whatever you find is cool. Yeah, so that's really.
are you integrating the Eliza framework like the AI16Z stuff?
Eliza is TypeScript, right? And so, I mean, TypeScript, we run purely Python-based agents. So LangChain, like the LangGraph framework, is ideal for a Swarm node. But you can also code in pure Python. Now, in the future, we could definitely provide runtime environments for TypeScript, Rust, and then you could run Eliza and Rig by the Arc team. But those things will not happen soon because we want to build the infra out first, and Python is going to be the main language.
Cool. Are you where are you located by the way? I think
I'm
people.
in Georgia, Eastern Europe.
Yo, okay. I thought I was gonna guess Russia. I was gonna guess Russia
Yeah,
from your
very
voice.
close, very
Yeah,
close.
yeah, definitely. Okay, I think Georgian dev is very. I think it's bullish, based Georgia dev, right?
Yeah, yeah. Thanks.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys have in the future. Like, I know you guys are like pretty much a newer project, so it's
Yeah.
probably harder to talk about because so much is ahead of you. You know, so it's like I'm looking forward to seeing it. I don't know if you have anything you wanted to touch up on before we go, but yeah, super cool talking to you.
No, I just want to say thank you, and also to everybody on Twitter who has been supportive. Yeah, it's like being new to this scene, not to the tech scene, but to the crypto scene. It's initially was kind of confusing, but very quickly welcomed, got up to speed. Also, I have a very good Web3 people advising, so it's not just the tech stuff, like really,
Fascinating.
really good pros. So yeah, thankful for that and appreciate you having me.
Make sure to listen to your holders too. Those are the real advisors. No,
Oh yeah, yeah.
don't listen to
Like
them too much, man. They'll get very antsy and angry with you sometimes. It happens. I
yeah,
guarantee
yeah,
you it
yeah.
happens. So trust your instinct, man. It's really cool seeing like talented AI people joining my space because they see value in it. So I really think it's
Yeah,
cool. And DM me if you ever have a launch or you want to come on again. Super interesting.
for sure. Appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Have a good one.